Welcome to Moonbase 2.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Moonbase 2 podcast. My name's Andy, Corporate Commander TFW, and joining me this week is the man I've unlocked from the Night Vault himself. He's creepy, he's crawly, he's Mikey G. Wolf V2 or V3, depending on what version of him he wants to be this week. How you go, Mikey?
I'm good for your protein.
Are you?
Apparently, but I bet you don't want to eat me.
I don't know. You do look tasty. You look tastier now than you haven't done in years as well.
But after you try me, you'll realise it was all a mistake, and you won't do it again.
Are you saying you create a natural taste distaster?
It's kind of like licking earwax.
Oh, okay. Would you have the same texture as earwax?
I hope not. That's medically concerning.
Yes, because if your skin has the texture of earwax, you might be worried about it just kind of falling off your flesh at that point. At least I would be concerned of that.
I would have many concerns about that.
But we're not here to talk about the taste of Mikey's flesh. Well, not on this show. That might be for a Moonbase woo-woo when Mikey's not around. Maybe. How's it going this week, Mikey? How are you doing? How's the world of Mikey?
How to serve man.
How to serve Mikey.
Cookbook. It was a cookbook. I'm right.
God, that's a joke from a very old Simpsons episode.
Yeah.
Which Treehouse of Horror was that?
I don't know, but I think it was actually a joke from Twilight Zone.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm going to double check that.
Oh, you mean Twilight Zone, right? Not the Twilight movies.
No, nothing. Was there a joke in the Twilight movies?
Well, there was the joke, which is the Twilight movies, if that's what you mean.
I recently saw a video which was "I'm sorry, Stephanie Myers," which is basically like, you didn't deserve the amount of piss we threw at you. You didn't make a good product, but I think we all took it a bit far. Which maybe. I kind of agree with, because I did read her books and they were terrible.
Yeah.
But other people have written terrible teen adult books before where women are in mildly abusive or seriously abusive relationships and it's portrayed in a positive light. It's wish fulfillment fantasy. She didn't shoot a baby crow in front of you and then make you eat its eyes like that one guy did.
It's what happens when things get incredibly popular. And then the mainstream finds out about it, because, you know, those movies, although those other books that you're talking about, no one will have known about them. But because Twilight got as popular as it did, everybody heard about them.
Listen, 50 Shades of Grey, that we can all agree was horrible.
Yeah, that was a lot worse than Twilight, I would argue.
When the BDSM crowd think that's a terrible book, I think it says something. But To Serve Man, episode 89 of Twilight Zone, aired March 2nd, 1962 on CBS.
How is the Twilight Zone? Is it actually still good to watch, or is it a bit on the cheesy side?
Oh, it's very cheesy, but there's some good ideas.
Okay.
It just, like, all those good ideas are the ones you already know, and then there's, like, you know, oh, look, here's 15 other ideas for every one that was good. Things are just like, well, it's like Monty Python.
Right.
Everyone goes, oh, Monty Python, it's so funny. But you don't remember the other 20 episodes from that season, do you?
20 episodes for a British series, Mikey. Come on.
I'm exaggerating for effect.
At best they did 6. No more.
They didn't actually do any. It was actually a long protest for trying to get extra money off the BBC.
Yeah, all right.
I don't even think it was on the BBC. They were just after a long protest, and by the end of it, we'd filmed it, and it was just like, oh, right. So we got a TV show of this, and then a big legal thing, and then Eric Idle caught fire. It was all very dark.
Good times, I guess. Yeah.
John Cleese is the only survivor, you know. We ate the others in desperation.
Did you say John Cena? I thought you said John Cena was the only survivor, and I was like, of Monty Python.
To be fair, if he was there, my money would be on him.
So someone wished on the Dragon Balls, I think, if they became John Cena from the Monty Python crowd. Jesus.
John Cena from the Monty Python crowd.
Do you remember him? Oh, he was in the background all the time, wasn't he?
Lifting things.
Someone needs to ask John Cena now what it was like to record in the Monty Python series back in the day.
Yeah.
He won't have any idea what the fuck's going on.
I want to ask him about how, like, we're doing that video where you were asked Transformers questions. How into it were you? Especially the bit where it's just like, do I like Black Arachnia? Do I like tarantulas? Am I into spiders? And then in the voice in the background, no judgment either way.
Would that be you, by the way?
No, have you seen that?
No, I haven't.
Basically, they did, like, apparently it's a YouTube series, but for promotion for Bumblebee, they have John Cena in a full suit, looking very fancy, I must say.
All right.
And he is, like all these Transformers-related things and all these questions going by, and he's just, like, asking questions. Like, and they're weird questions. Like, the actual spider one was just like, is it wrong that I think Black Arachnia is hot? Is it wrong that I think Tarantulas is hot? Am I into robots or am I into spiders? And then there's literally a voice in the background. No judgment either way. I was like, how much do they want to fuck up children in the 80s by killing Optimus Prime? Still damaged. And it just, I don't know, it's only 5 minutes. I'd say check it out. I think it's just John Cena answers Transformers questions or something, but it's good. Because the guy can deliver it.
Yes, yeah, he's good at delivering the comedies.
Yeah, so.
I didn't know about that. That sounds pretty fun.
Check it out.
Yeah. Well, we are here to talk about Transformers this week, and we're going to start off with the third-party news, as we always do. Kicking off this week is an image that Mikey put up on Twitter, under the Moonbase 2 Twitter page, which is the toy... Mikey wasn't the one to break the news, right? I don't think.
I also just remembered the thing I was trying to remember.
Oh, okay. Well, this story is about the Toyworld TW-CO7H Dark Constructor, which is, Toyworld's Devastator in black and purple.
Blackestator.
Yeah.
Deva's Blacker doesn't work.
No. Yeah, Nemesis Devastator. This is pretty cheap, right?
In
terms of an idea.
Yeah, like, I've been trying to figure out, is this a thing? Is there a black Devastator in the fiction somewhere that I'm not aware of?
Remember they did a black and purple Predaking. I don't know if it was Toyworld that did it, but someone did black and purple.
That was Mastermind, I think.
Yeah.
But, like, that was after they started teasing they're doing a Genesis Gaugai version, and now they just made me angry.
Yeah.
But it's weird as well, because it looks like it's got this War for Cybertron background to it.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm just wondering, like, Nemesis is the cheapest thing you can do. And, like, this isn't even proper Nemesis as well. Where is the teal?
Mm-hmm.
It's black, red, and teal, not black and purple.
Yeah.
That's a proper Nemesis. This is just kind of like evil, except it's Devastator, so it's like...
Eviler?
More evil-erter.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, like, it's pretty lazy. It's pretty... We're buying time for other products.
And it is limited. It's limited to 200 pieces, so it's not like going to be a full-on proper release. But also, it includes extra die-cast parts, and it's shown in these promotional images by a hand holding what I assume to be all of the die-cast parts. Now, I'm going to make the assumption that they're going to be installed on the toy rather than put in a little baggie and you have to do it yourself. I think that's fair.
I'm assuming those are the vehicle parts.
Yeah, some of them look like that anyway, and some of them look like pistons.
Yeah, the only black Devastator I can find is a KO.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, good for them. Looks like is this a CG render of Devastator? I think it might be, right?
I think it is. Yeah, it's a CAD model.
Yeah. So here's the thing: do you think the purple's going to be chromed as it kind of looks like it is on here, or do you think in reality it'll just be matte?
Probably. I could see it being chromed, but given the lighting on all this, they'd have to chrome the entire toy because that's very shiny black.
It is, yeah, very much.
Maybe they could do not matte. They could do the I don't know. It's that black paint that really catches light very well and makes it shimmer.
Okay.
I can't remember what it's called. The opposite of matte black.
Glossy black.
Glossy. Thank you. See, I knew I should get the Warhammer people to solve my problems. But, P.S. spoilers for later, still haven't started building Nemesis Prime. Can't find bloody good paints locally, so I'm going to have to order them online.
Oh yeah, no, you'd have to do that, to be fair.
But yeah, like, this is lazy, and it's not even, like, a good kind of lazy. Like, if you're going to do a lazy idea, do G2. Or hell, do bloody Shattered Glass.
Yeah.
Those are two lazy ideas that are at least like, okay, There's a bit of visual distinctiveness going on there.
Operation Combination.
Yeah. It's like, but black and purple Devastator. That screams to me, we're working on other things, and we do not have time for this, but we need to get something out.
Mikey, do you want to climb aboard my very used ship and jump aboard and say, hey, maybe he should have a cape and have some gold parts added to him and maybe have a drill arm instead?
Yeah, no, I actually think this would be a good version. Like, if he came with add-on parts for that, I think that would be very clever.
Because it's something different. No one's done a Zone Devastator before or a Zone Combiner. So if you just make some clip-on bits and give him a stupid big material cape, this works for any of the third-party combiners. If you just make these stupid little, apart from Triptychon, what happened with Triptychon?
Triptychon, didn't he have like a mace and like demon horns?
Yeah, he didn't look anything like Triptychon. From my vague recollection,
looked like horrible.
You see, the way I remember him, because I don't have a picture of him offhand, was he reminded me of the Alicon design a little bit.
Yeah, Alicon is horrible.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah.
With a Predator King, you could make the really shitty face that they gave him. You could have it cut in half as well and have his brain.
Or Pirate Overlord.
That was such a weird thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, there was many weird things about Zone. And like, you know what? Andy, perfect custom, like, convert this guy into Violent Jiger.
Oh, okay.
Do it.
You've got my interest, sir. I like the way you think.
But, there's so many things you could do. Like, even if it's just like, here's the old toy, exact same toy, but all these add-on pieces to turn him into this character. Yeah. I would think that's like, okay, here's the toy you had. It's got a bit of extra diecast, cool. And these other pieces that you don't have to engage with, that probably wouldn't bump up the price a lot. That add that fun to it. It's just like, hey, here's a black Devastator.
Do we assume that they do that because black and purple look pretty cool and they're going off the cool factor alone, rather than, like, if you went for, say, the Operation Combination one or the G2 one, you are more relying on a bit more of a niche audience than, oh, this thing looks cool, which you could argue maybe that's what they're going for.
Maybe, but I would say, like, if you're asking who has a more niche audience, G2 Devastator fans or Nemesis-colored Devastator Black Repaint fans, methinks the latter is the niche.
I would agree. I would agree with that.
Like, as much as, a Transformers thing can not be niche. Yes. Herds of G2 Devastator fans crossing the wilderness like wildebeest.
And so it's always a shame when a reissue of Devastator comes out and they never reissue the G2 version, because literally they have the mold. They just need to inject it with a different color. Yeah, and it's such a... And it's like, it's not like it's a perfectly realistic color scheme for construction vehicles as well. Yellow for construction vehicles? That's madness. Anyway, this thing is going to be coming out not too far away, is it? What? When does it say it's coming out, Mr. Mikey? Oh, Jesus. Jesus, I closed the story. So did I, which is why I asked you, because I was like, Mikey hasn't closed the story. He's good and responsible. It's coming out late April. Soon. Late April this year. So, Mr. Mikey, do you want to take us on to Masterpiece Optimus Prime? No! Oh. Because I remembered what I wanted to talk about. Oh, all right. So, since we are the only people covering this, I figured I'd better make sure we do cover it. But Big Firebird over on Weibo have revealed upcoming images of their RC figure. Yes, that RC figure. Mm-hmm. The one no one wants to admit is real. So one is an in-shadow prototype figure. So it's just basically the bottom of, like, her leg below the knee, and we see some of her accessories. She's coming with kind of a Last Night style sword. Her car roof, which functions as a shield, and she's going to have at least 2 extra pairs of hands. But yes, the silhouette does highlight they have kept the significant anime boobs. Woo! But, so, prototype images, prototype hints, anyway. The big thing here is what appears to be... Now, I can't get this thing to translate properly for some god-awful reason, so I can't confirm this is exactly what it says, but it seems this thing is going to come with a few extra add-on bits to turn her into Armored Girl, Arc and Sword version. So what this seems to be is you'll get a second head, which I love the reaction to. It's just like, it's got hair!
Just like, yeah, it's got hair. In case you haven't noticed, she's pretty much just a girl in armor.
Yeah.
So it's not really that hard to switch. But yeah, so a sort of more anime girl robot head. And then you take her car parts, and if you take, I think it's the back of the car, the two light sections, and put them on one side, she basically forms an archer's bow.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like, I don't know if those are going to be included as accessories, but they're energy arrows of some sort. However, you can also take those same pieces, put her on her hips, and turn them into skirts, and suddenly she's like sword knight dual wielding RC. This is quite neat. I think this is quite clever. I want to know if this is an extra figure altogether, or if it's just is this just like their real mold option, or is this like, no, we're including these, we're just not going to reveal them yet?
It kind of looks like from their site that it is still the RC, because they've got the concept art of the anime girl version, I guess, and then they have a silhouette, but from the shin below you can see it's a real model, but then above that is like a bit of paper with a silhouette of what can only be the RC. Interestingly enough as well, they've got multiple hands as well for the figure, which is kind of neat.
think that's great.
Yeah.
Like, I would also laugh if it turns out this thing doesn't even transform. I hope it does, because I love that car design, but it would be hilarious to me.
I imagine, I think it would transform, to be honest, because we saw earlier they had the CAD model of it in a vehicle mode as well. I think it would lose people if it didn't transform, for those who are interested.
Yeah, and it's already got enough competition.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, I think that adds a nice bit of playability. What's your take on the thing?
It's interesting because the robot design, the robot girl design, I guess, kind of reminds me of a little bit of Phantasy Star Online, kind of, if you remember that game from back in day.
Many years.
Yeah, Xbox One time, boys and girls, Xbox One time.
Or Xenogears, was that I saw someone say.
Yeah, I could kind of see, I could see a little bit of Xenogears in it. It's an interesting idea. I'm not against it. I don't think I would display her like this. I think I'd probably have her as an RC if I was to have her.
I think I might go with the sword version, because I actually just think that kind of looks badass.
I mean, you could probably give RC the sword still, but
yeah, but unless her face is splitting open and I see fangs when she has swords, I feel underwhelmed.
That's fair enough, I suppose. Whatever floats your boat.
Big Firebird, if you're listening, that's an extra head you could put in.
Oh, that'd be neat, yeah.
And it works, because that happens in anime all the time.
Yeah. We haven't actually seen anything of their Windblade for a while, either, apart from that CAD model from a while back.
Or that weird T-Rex thing they've got in the works as well.
Yeah, it seems like they have quite a lot of projects, but we don't...
A lot of designs,
I don't know. I don't think...
Definitely.
Do we know if they've actually released anything as of yet, or
no,
is this all just in the production?
Like, this Weibo page has only really been open since, like, late 2018.
Oh, wow, okay.
So, yeah. They've got a lot of concept arts. Like, apparently they've got an original character who is jealous of RT's significant bustage.
Okay.
And stuff like that. They've also, I swear, did I see this? Yeah, they've got kind of like Kill the Kill girls, but same kind of like design style, but with armor instead of, clothes.
Right.
Which means I don't know why we wear clothes. But, yeah, and then they've got, yeah, I'm very curious to see what they produce. I really am. They've got one thing which looks like it's a girl that turns into a dice.
A dice? What, like six-sided dice thing?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah. One looked like... Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on these guys. They're weird, if nothing else, and we all know that weird is weird. They've got... It looks... Yeah, they've got a video up here that's showing a transformation scheme for a few different designs. Not Transformer-y stuff, but it's interesting. But yeah, so RC, she's definitely in the prototype stage, so I'm assuming we're going to see some official images of her soon.
And will probably be one of the few places I assume to cover her, I guess.
Yes, because the TFW page is, like, I checked the thread, you can't put a picture of her on there.
Were people talking about it, though?
They talk about her, but you can't put any pictures on.
No, yeah, that's right.
So, like, to the point where someone put a picture of the new heads, and they were a bit cagey about whether or not they were doing, they were safe. So, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do when the Flame Toys Windblade comes out.
Yeah, because it's the same company.
Well, it's not the same company, but the Flame Toys Windblade has no shame.
Oh, the Flame Toys one, sorry, yes. Yeah.
Because these guys are doing Windblade, but Flame Toys is doing a licensed one.
That's right.
So I'm very I don't know how, because they can. I think you can definitely censor third party stuff. I think it'd be harder to censor official stuff.
Official third party stuff. Yeah.
I don't know. Like I just think that thing's got a cool design, so I'm not one to judge. But
yeah.
Anyway, Andy, anything you want to add to Robot Lady RC?
It's good to know that we are still getting information about it, and it hasn't just stopped. It hasn't vanished into the ether.
You know what I want to know?
Yeah.
When are we getting those RC breasts?
Oh, those things, aren't they?
Yeah.
From the fans, not fans toys, but for
not
fans
fan toys. Definitely not fan toys. I'm sure not by the fans toys at all.
I think they're out. I think I saw someone put a pitch on Facebook of it.
If someone has reviews or links or anything, please tweet them at us. I've got to share that if it's out there, because I want to find a video review where someone is dead fucking serious the entire time. As you can see, really malleable here. Really good quality, yeah?
Is that what you have to use? It's got good hand feel.
Yes! Oh, yes. Really feels like the real thing, You can really get your thumbs in there.
Oh,
no. Like, what are you doing to your girlfriend?
Oh, no. That could only end poorly on YouTube.
Yep.
Shall I take us on, Mr. Mikey?
Please do.
Well, the Masterpiece Optimus Prime MP44, we've got information for the US and the Canadian release, which I'm surprised about. So we have information, and this is the little blurb that they have, from Hasbro Toy Group, making a third appearance into the Transformers Masterpiece line in the Brave Leader Autobots Optimus Prime. This version of Optimus Prime will feature a more cartoon-accurate styling. Set includes Optimus trailer, the rifle, energy axe, jetpack, rover, not roller. It is roller, but it says rover.
It also says roller.
Oh yeah, it says roller.
His exotic French cousin.
Roller.
Roller, we meet again.
Roller. He has 2 Energon spikes. They'll be for the energy effects. Okay. Yeah, okay. 3 heads, 1 matrix of leadership, Starscream's shoulder pieces, battle damage piece, the Energon pump with hose and nozzle, the essentials for the trailer.
True.
Yeah, and it'll be in shops the 4th of September 2019 with a retail price of, breathe in heavily guys and girls and prepare for this, $450 US.
So basically, if you didn't pre-order off Amazon, you're fucked.
Yeah, well, I mean, they'll go back they'll go back on stock on those places, but
hopefully.
Oh, they will. I can't imagine they wouldn't.
Well, if it's sold out, every other Masterpiece does. So.
Yeah.
Wow. Still cannot even come close to justifying this price.
No, it is. It is hefty.
If the trailer and the accessories cost that much, drop some of the accessories and drop the entire trailer, because this just in, no one uses those for anything.
Yeah.
The figure, from what I've seen, I was looking at the Figure King pictures, looks pretty well engineered. Looks pretty good, in all honesty. But the trailer and some of the accessories are bumping this thing up too much. I don't need 3 heads. Okay, you've given us the battle damage head and the regular square head. I don't need one from the episodes using an earlier character model. Or I don't need an Energon pump or Starscream bits. They're fun and everything else. 1, don't need those. 2, you could use more appropriate accessories. Genuinely, put in a basketball. That is something I would laugh at. I would enjoy having. And drop the trailer entirely. I'm sorry. Especially for a Western release, which has done that more than once. How many times have they... at least one of the Optimus Primes came out with no trailer. Maybe 2. Yeah. Came out with the trailer removed from the MP10 run.
Yeah.
So, sorry. I just think it's unreasonable. I think it's an unreasonably priced toy that is artificially inflated.
My question is, what shops do you think this will be turning up in America, since that's kind of what the story is about?
Amazon. It'll be Amazon.
You think it'll just be Amazon, or do you think anywhere else would hold it? Because, Toys R Us isn't around anymore, so...
Well, no, I was going to say Toys R Us in Canada probably will have it.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Jeffrey's Toy Box might be a bit of a middleman.
Yeah, however, that's flowing. Is
And
that still there?
That's still there, and now there's a rumor that former Toys R Us CEOs are going to be opening a new independent toy shop.
Right, okay.
Because, again, technically, it wasn't that the toy industry failed, as everyone said. It's that they fucked up with their debts.
Yeah, pretty much.
So you should be able to get a toy company going again, a toy shop company. It's just, it's all a bit slimy at this stage.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I would recommend, though, people in Canada and the US, probably the best thing to do is to wait for it to go online or go onto Japanese online sites. Because I imagine it'll be a flat $450 if you do see it in a store, if not higher.
Yeah, whereas even on reissues, you're going to get the pre-order discount, and then even when you add on shipping, you'll still be saving money.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Customs are the only thing that will really hit you, and you may not be hit by customs. It's a risk, but...
Yeah, it's always a fucking risk with that stuff. But if it's America, you never have to worry about that. You don't get hit for import.
Yeah, so,
I noticed, though, it didn't say anything about UK stores, of course. Why would it?
Smiths are just going to have them up to the walls.
Oh, God.
Smiths and the Entertainer. Fantastic Entertainer prices, Andy, where it's £450.
Yeah, yes, I could believe that.
Actually, no. If it was Entertainer, it would be $500.
Yeah, it's not great. I'll take the next story as well, because it's a quickie.
Okay.
It's the fact that G1, Ravage, and Rumble, and Laser and Frenzy have been revealed. So the next set of reissues that are going to be coming to your local toy store. I don't know what they are in the UK. I don't even think we have any of the reissues here, do we?
I don't think so, actually.
No, but for America and Canada at least, and those places, like I say, it's going to be the cassettes. It would be nice if it was, I don't know, Slugfest and Overkill as well. I don't think it would be, but...
I'm kind of disappointed we don't have the whole run of Decepticons cassettes available in 2-packs.
Yeah, imagine, Mikey, they did Enemy and the... Oh, who was it that came with Enemy? Enemy and someone else.
Stripes?
I can't remember.
But, if I was doing it, I'd do, Enemy and Rambat just to fill out the set.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it was Enemy and... Overkill or something. It was Soundwave's Bat, but in cassette.
Oh,
the orange one.
Oh, the Action Master Bat.
Yeah, I think that's what they did. Yeah, do something like that. That'd be fun. Yeah, do some of those those exclusives.
Hey, do the Dino cassettes. We know you have the molds.
That would be nice. Then we wouldn't need to buy a shitty Bumblebee that no one wants. We wouldn't have to buy two of them.
Yeah, to get the right dinosaur combiner.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Slam Dance and Rainmaker would be also good. Granted, they haven't got a blaster to go with him yet, but still.
No, but what's the Decepticon version of him?
Of who? Oh, Beastbox and Squawk Talk?
Yeah, Squawk Box. Just keeping it to, hey, remember these guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the problem is, at least in collector scene, most people have these guys if they want them.
That is a thing, but wasn't it you that said last week that that's not who these are for? These are for the kids.
These are as much for the kids as any other toy. Power Rangers toys still sell quite well, and my god, do they not have articulation. So I see these selling perfectly fine for young children. It's just, it would be nice to have a bit of variety, a bit of sneaky, we know you're watching.
Yeah, a little bit more. It doesn't have a price down for how much they're going to cost or anything like that, but it's just letting you know that they are coming, and they probably will be here fairly soon to complement your G1 Soundwave and Buzzsaw. So there you go. Mikey, take us on, please.
Yeah, this is a bit of a weird one. Over on Weibo, user TF Factory has images of the Transformers 35th anniversary Evergreen Grimlock Soundwave and Wheeljack. So these are images, they're just Transformers 35th anniversary using the character art from the Evergreen releases of these characters. From the Authentics line, I think it was. So we don't know what the significance is. It could just be they're continuing to push forward with their sort of unified non-G1 outside of Generations visual thing they've been doing for a bit. Yeah, I'm curious to see where it goes, but there's very little to actually say about it. Any theories, Andy?
On who it could be?
Or are these going to be new toys, do you think? Do you think they're going to just be, the authentic line figures re-released? What?
If it's the Evergreen stuff, because the Evergreen had its very own style and its own distinct figures, I would hope that it's something to fit in with the rest of them rather than just being a repaint or a repackage of something else. That would be my hope. Because the Evergreen line was really the G1 kiddie line, right?
Yeah.
It was that intermediate stage between Rescue Bots and I guess not RID, Cyberverse. It's kind of along the same lines as Cyberverse before you get into the big boy toys, I guess. So, yeah. Grimlock, Soundwave, maybe, depends. And Wheeljack,
I don't remember there being a Wheeljack, to be honest, so cool.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Was there a wheel? I knew there was a Grimlock figure, but I'm trying to remember if there was a Soundwave and a Wheeljack.
I think there was a Soundwave. I don't know about Wheeljack, though.
But we've got designs for everything up to and including Barricade.
That's true, yeah.
I'll take this one as well just because it's short. Amazon Canada has new listings. One is for a War for Cybertron Titan class figure who's priced at 250 Canadian or 190 US. Seems pretty likely that's going to be Omega Supreme.
I think that's a fair judgment to make, yeah.
He's going to come in sort of base mode. He's got a tank. He also comes with a Micromaster version of Countdown. Is it just me or he seems dearer than the other Titan figures?
In terms of price?
Yeah.
How much were the other ones?
Were they 150 or was that just when they were brought over here?
I don't think they were 250. They might have been 200.
Yeah. But it's like converting Canadian to US dollars in your head sometimes.
Yeah, that is a thing.
Initial price, Titan class.
As we are not built-in currency converters.
Yeah,
not
since
yet.
Tripticon was a new figure. Yeah, 150.
Okay. Ooh.
So maybe he just comes with more. But like that's 150 US, which is what is it? Hey Canada, use American money like a real country. 196 Canadian. So maybe he just does more. The other one is a bit of an odd one. It's a War for Cybertron Commander class figure. So this is a figure that's going to be priced at $120. So there goes the Cyberverse Commander kind of thing. We don't know what it is. We've no idea. There's been no rumors about another large-scale figure in the line. Or the introduction of a new sub-line between Leader and Titan. So, I don't know. Keep an eye. Some people are saying, is it going to be like Supreme Class? I remember Supreme Class costing quite a bit less than $120, so I hope not.
Yeah.
I would expect a bit more than that for my money. But yeah, New York Toy Fair is on the way, so we're probably going to find out some stuff. Any thoughts, Andy?
A little bit concerned about the price, to be honest, because if the price is... I mean, it's not an issue for me, granted, because none of the current Transformers are really doing it for me at the moment, except I am still keep looking at that goddamn Iron Factory Megatron, which is a goddamn problem. I just keep going over to Kapow and going, But the main Siege stuff isn't doing it for me for the most part. So bumping up the price of, say, Omega Supreme, unless he's got a really class design, I wonder where the money's going with that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah. Maybe it's just because he's so modular.
Maybe. I can't imagine that would make it more expensive, though. But then again, I don't know how they budget toys and whatnot, so...
And you gotta have combining engineering in there, not just transformation engineering.
I'd hope for a 250, though, it'd be like some... I don't know, lights or sounds at least, or something, you know?
I'm kind of disappointed he doesn't come with a deluxe figure like Tripticon did.
Yeah. It's a bit of a shame. Shall I take us on, Mikey?
Do tell.
As we'll learn more about Omega in the future, I'm sure. IDW is showing off their Transformers packaging art portfolio. We had a preview of this, and this seems to be celebrating the packaging art of ye olde days. And they showed off some images of it, not all of them, obviously, but there are 10 frameable lithographs in this pack. It's coming out, well, it should be out now because it came out on the 30th of January.
Ooh.
Were you going to say something, Mikey?
No, I was literally adding a ooh.
Oh, okay.
For effect.
And it's going to cost $39.99, so, $40. I don't see what size this is meant to be, though. Not offhand, anyway. There's not a huge amount of images of what is actually, or what the 10 lithos are, as far as I've seen, at least on TFW. Has Mikey seen what they might be?
I'm scrolling down, but I'm not seeing. Oh, someone has a post. I'll see if I can open it, which has a lot of attachments and stuff onto it.
Because I saw, like, the main ones it's been shown off is the classic Season 1 one where Optimus Prime has the wonky forearms, the weirdly shaped head. You know, that one, the classic. It also shows off on the artwork I've seen, the Action Master one, which I thought was quite neat. But then I saw some images that showed just a purple background that had, like, Shockwave and, like, Thundercracker on, the box art of them. And I thought, well, that's a really boring litho.
Yeah. Okay, so someone has basically posted pictures from the inside. So it's Optimus box art, Megatron box art, Bumblebee, Huffer. The cover has Blitzwing on the back. So Optimus, Megatron, Bumblebee, Huffer, and Windcharger as one.
Mm-hmm.
The Seekers as one. Jazz, Shockwave and Soundwave as one. Grimlock, Blitzwing in all modes as one, and the back picture.
Right. So not many of the actual back artwork.
Oh, and then. The 1990s Action Master package back.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes.
Okay. See, this went from this is pretty cool to that's pretty disappointing. At least from my perspective, because the box art, although is nice, I think if you're gonna have like lithos, I'd prefer like the action scene. Fights between all of the Transformers than just the static box art.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean? Like, the box art is nice, don't get me wrong. But if you're going to say, hey, what do you want on your wall? I'm going to say the back of the Action Master packaging, the back of the Season 1, 2, 3, the Headmasters packaging, you know, all those kind of iterations of the franchise. Maybe you could even get some of the Predators kind of stuff in there as well. That would have been nice. The front box art just seems a bit boring.
Yeah. I mean, it's got to be said, like, people will like these designs.
Oh,
so if you
sure.
get them and you can, draw them up on a wall or something, I think that'd be pretty cool. But
yeah. I mean, would you agree with me, Mikey? Am I just being a dick?
I don't know. Like, one, there's very little like, there's a few different ones of these, like, old action scenes. But there isn't that many.
I thought there was.
Not really. Because there was the G1 one, the original one. There might be one from, I don't know if there was one from Season 2. I think there was one from Season 3.
Yeah, there definitely must have been, to promote, Hot Rod and all that stuff.
Yeah, so maybe 3 or 4. But...
There was the Headmaster one. There was the Power Master one.
Okay.
And then the Action Master one. And I think there was a Micro Master one.
But I would also say I know for a fact that people going like, I can have a lithograph of the 3 Seekers and their original box art and stuff. There are people who would flip over that.
Oh, yeah, certainly. Yeah, no doubt about that.
They are playing to their audience.
Yeah, it's just I'm not their audience, clearly. I want all the cool action fight scenes. That's what Andy wants. But yeah, there you go. £40 or $40. I don't think that's terrible for 10 lithos.
No.
Does it say on the information you have how big each of these are?
No, it was just pictures from the inside.
Okay, I would have liked to have known if they're like A1, A2, A3, A4, whatever.
No.
No, he says. Right, Mr. Mikey, why don't you take us on to our last story? And I bet people can't guess what this is, or at least what this starts off with.
Conventions. TFCon is rapidly approaching, and at part of their Generation 1 anniversary, they have announced that Greg Berger, the voice of Grimlock, Skyfire, Outback, and Longhaul, will be present. He is prolific in the voice acting circles. He's also voiced Transformers in both R.I.D., the War for Cybertron games. I think, he's done at least one of the movie games. He's been about, his old Greg. But he's also known as Odie in Garfield. That's what they put here. That is the one they used. Odie in Garfield. Odie doesn't talk. Andy?
No, he doesn't.
Who did this? I haven't. God damn it, Super Megatron. I'm lodging a complaint with your advertising circuits. However, there is a bit of a kick in the teeth about this. Greg is going to be there on Friday for signing from 1:30 to 4:30 p.m. However, he has other commitments and won't be there for the rest of the weekend.
Oh, okay.
So if you want to meet him, it's going to be a flying visit. And Greg Berger is a man you need to sit back and just sort of bathe in. So sadly, if you're not going to get the full Bergs experience. But he's being presented by the Chosen Prime, and it is great he could even just make a small appearance, because the guy's fantastic.
Yes.
He really is.
Yeah.
And in a week where I found out about a couple of voice actors who are a lot less shiny than you might think they are, it's nice to just be reminded there are classy people out there. But yeah, it is of course being held at the Los Angeles Marriott Burbank Airport Hotel and Convention Center on March 15th to 17th. You must be tired of us telling you this. We're going to be tired again because they're also announcing Sarah Preta Durocher who not to be confused with Sarah Preta Ferrocher, but she'll be attending. Special guest, she's going to be there a full week. Sarah is of course the artist for Till All Are One. She's worked on various Transformers comics. She's going to be doing at least some covers for the new comic coming out in March. She's done Lost Light, Optimus Prime. She's prolific. She is also, from what I understand, quite mad. So, she's going to be there all weekend. She's going to be offering prints and commissions. The lady does good work. Buy some stuff off her. So yeah. And the last thing, very quick little thing this, check out rare and unreleased toys at TF Nation 2019, 16th to 18th of August. They are proud to announce that attendees will get a chance to look at rare pre-production and unreleased Transformers in a panel called Something You Haven't Seen Before. This panel, hosted by Paul Hitchens and Rasmus Hardiker. Is that Raz?
No. I'm not sure. Maybe.
No. Just I don't remember the names. Is set to feature a wide array of rare Transformer toys spanning from pre-production samples to rare and unreleased figures and variants. There's also a tease that fans just might get to look at something from Takara's own archive. The nature of what is being shown on the panel means the photography and recording will not be allowed. So this is going to be a one-off special occasion for those at TF Nation alone to enjoy. Make sure you can participate in the fun. It's going to be on 18th of August, so the last day of the convention. TF Nation has a bit of a habit of bringing in displays of rare toys, usually from one of the Mapes brothers, or big third-party displays or something else. This is quite cool. I'm assuming they probably managed to get their hands on some of the old wooden prototypes. I wouldn't be shocked. So if you're into the history of toys especially, this is one probably you're going to want to make some time for. So yeah, 16th to 18th of August, Hilton Birmingham Metropole in Birmingham. Greg is going to be there. He's made time for the weekend, and by God, if he was flying over for a 4-hour signing, I'd be rather worried. Peter
Intense
Spellos.
fans, yo.
Peter Spellos, the voice of Skybite, lovely man. 2 lovely men in the same room together. You will be privileged. And other guests to be announced. Check it out, guys, at the TFN homepage. And that's that.
Woo! Well, I guess the question is, Mikey, that we'll get off straight away. What have you been up to this week? What's Mikey done for fun?
Butts.
You've done butts. Oh, no.
Butts. That's the best part of the soup.
It seems like it.
Yeah, so I was going to leave this to last, but since you spoiled it for me, I'll get it out of the way now. I sat down today, actually. It's a new show, a new Japanese drama called Tokusatsu Ga Ga Ga. Right. So
how many episodes has it had so far?
3 have aired, 2 are subbed.
Okay. Oh, that's disappointing.
Yeah. So it's a very well done show. Basic premise, girl, mid-20s, working in office. Everyone around her kind of sees her as kind of the idol of the place. She's good looking, she's talented, she seems very responsible, and she's a tokusatsu nut.
Woo!
Or what is it? I found out the official Japanese term is a toku ota.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
Interesting.
A tokusatsu otaku.
Okay.
So she's into this Sentai type series.
But it's not a real series, is it?
No, but my God, is it touching on the tropes of very specific Sentai stuff.
Oh, okay.
what's it, Juwanda or something. They didn't pick up the names. I know that the names of the characters in it are amazing. Because, like, who do you think the Red is? Because they're all cat. They're all cat-based. So, Red, what do you think Red is?
I don't know.
What if I told you his name is Shishi Leo?
Yeah, Red Lion.
And what about
Blue?
Yeah.
No, I won't be able to guess these because
yeah,
like
so
line makes sense.
Tora Iger.
Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that.
Yeah, Tora Tiger.
Yeah.
Iger Tiger. And cheetah is Chelda, which I'm assuming there is a word in Japanese that sounds like da that has to do with cheetahs.
That's neat. I like that.
Yeah. And the basic story is, one, she's trying to make sure no one at work finds out. And two, she's trying to find some way to get to know people without resorting to the internet or something like that, to just hang out and be friends and be herself with. Her coworker,
is there a reason she doesn't want to use the internet?
It's not brought up, but I think it's like she just wants to meet someone normally.
Okay.
Without saying like, I'm hunting down people on a forum. Like, I just want to meet someone and have a coffee.
Right.
Have a chat and talk about things we're interested in. Most of her co-workers are really like, they seem well-meaning, but they're also very in-your-face types that you do meet at work a lot, and they say those kind of very casual, slightly judgy things and bossy things. Her mother is just such a dick. Such a dick. Her mother wanted her to be into girly things when she was a child and took away all her, like, she burned her copy of Telebeacon.
Oh.
The Japanese tokusatsu TV magazine.
Yeah, I remember that stuff.
And she got a badge out of one of the gachapon machines, and she took it away from her because it wasn't and then she told her now she's telling her you need to wear nice dresses and get married.
Oh.
And there's also other characters in there, like there's a woman in her 30s, like she's mid-30s, and she is really uncomfortable with the fact that she's into Toku still. Because, like, you know, she's into it, and all her friends have children now, and they're buying their children the toys that she wants to collect herself.
Yeah.
And she's really being made to feel, like, very, very alone.
Ah, that sucks.
And there's
it sounds very appropriate for Japanese culture, I suppose,
yeah.
in a way as well.
And there's also like the tough looking guy who's into girl anime.
Oh, moe stuff.
Yeah, like,
yeah,
but like, and he's just really uncomfortable, and embarrassed by it.
Yeah,
and it's looking into this, but like the main character Kano, like she basically sort of goes into delusional phases where characters from her tokus give her advice.
Oh.
Like, she's sitting on the train, and, like, old people are walking by, and she's like, la la la, not making eye contact, you don't need my seat. And she looks over, and Shishi Leo standing there judging her. And, like, telling her to stand up and be a hero. So she very dramatically stands up, offers her seat to elderly people, runs into the corner, looks back, and he gives her a knowing nod and a thumbs up.
Would you say it has the same feel as that otaku office dating show and
yeah,
Agretzko?
I was going to bring it up.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
It's a live action equivalent. I would also say both those shows actually, but more this. If you are a nerd, not a Japanese fiction nerd, not an anime nerd, not a toku nerd. If you are someone who is nerdy about sci-fi books, if you're nerdy about TV, if you're nerdy about toys or cartoons, whatever, comics, whatever. If you've ever been in that social situation where you desperately wanted to talk about something that you knew if you brought it up, everyone would be looking at you like you're wrong, check out this show. This show is made for you. This show is also, like, having 2 of the 3 main characters be female, very clever move. Having one of them to be in her mid-30s, on the wrong side of the mid-30s as well. She's closer to 40. And going through basically a kind of midlife crisis about her hobbies. Like, this is very well done. It's quite emotional at times. I found it. Anyway, let's
but there's been one episode that you've seen.
2.
Okay, there's two subbed episodes.
Yeah,
okay.
like, it's very wacky and over-the-top Japanese, but then they have just this moment, like, it's just like, what that, like, I really like the older woman character, Yoshida, just because what she's going through in that, like, it's not just something you limit to your hobbies, it's something you experience in your life. When something you love, and other people tell you you shouldn't love it, or get over it, or grow up, or whatever. It could be work, it could be someone you know, someone you've been close to, and other people say that person's no good for you, and there's no harm in them, but other people may just not see the good in them. But no, I thought it was an excellent bit of TV. I'm looking forward to episode 3. It's quite long as well, 40 minutes an episode.
Oh, okay, wow.
So it's a full it's a full hour kind of thing when it was on TV. Yeah, it's really good performances from everyone. It has the wonderful experience of a live action Japanese Yakuza actor.
Okay.
Like, my god, those faces that man pull. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And it hit, like, if you're into the Toku thing, my god, does it get the references.
Nice.
Like, someone's like, she hears someone over here and that, oh, my cousin's boyfriend, she's so embarrassed by him. Like, she went into his flat and he's got, like, models of girls from cartoons, and oh my god, I wouldn't even talk to him. But, like, oh, maybe she should get him to open up more. And your one's running out of the room. If any of those, that was your boyfriend, you'd all be ignoring him. I hope all your TV shows are put in hold because someone needs to play golf. Because if you don't think about Toku, it frequently gets cancelled for sports event. So it gets put off for a week because someone wants to air an early morning sports show.
That's right, yeah.
Or like the stuff about like when you're a nerd and you're really into this product and then a child shows up and they want it and it's the only one on the shelf.
Oh no, you have to be nice.
Because it basically, you have to decide if you're going to be that guy.
Yep.
And, you and I both know people who have been that guy.
Yeah, Chris.
Yeah, and you're scum, Chris. But...
Or was that Seth? I can't remember.
Oh, whichever one. I knew someone once who literally just grabbed it out of a child's hand.
Granted, I am just, spreading harsh accusations at TFW now.
Yeah, we just hate them.
Exactly.
I actually know someone who did that.
Really? For realsies?
Yeah, not someone I like, but
okay, well,
someone I've met.
Ugh.
And with like that really awkward moment at a convention where this guy you don't really know is telling you these kind of things and just like, we will not get to know each other.
Yeah, you're kind of a dick, bro.
And I will never speak to you again.
Yeah.
But no, it's really worth it. Like, probably the only thing I'd say it could have done, because like one, the Toku stuff, because they got more than one. It's not just the Sentai show, although that appears to have been going on for like 20 years straight. There's also like her first one is Emmer, what is it? Emmer Jason or something, and it's a take on Metal Heroes. So I'm assuming there's going to be a writer thing coming in. Like, it's going to be the one who's, like, really serious about a Toku. No, this is the mature storytelling. Like, I'm assuming that's going to come in there somewhere. But, or Garo or something. But, no, really, really worth checking out. Got a terrible name. Tokusatsu Gaga does not roll off the tongue very easily.
No. I saw, like, an image or two for... I think I randomly saw a trailer on Twitter for it, and I was like, oh, man, I was very much interested straight off the bat from the trailer. So I'm glad to hear it's not, like, trashy or lame,
no.
I guess.
It's very heartfelt.
That's good. That's kind of, very, I guess, what I'd want from it.
And yeah, if you hadn't checked out Wodokoi anime, it's a really good one about relationships and being a nerd. Yeah, but and you also things like what happens when you don't agree on something in nerddom.
Oh no, yes. That is the only answer.
Do you fight kung fu style? Oh, occasionally there are monster suits because the things around her take on the form of monsters. Like, she doesn't want to sing karaoke, so there's a karaoke monster. And it's good. It's very good. Because they get quite high quality voice acting. But yeah, so there was that. Genlock episode 3 aired. Excellent. That show's getting really good. Looks like it's going to stick about the 20-minute length for episodes, 20-25. This is basically the get to know the other characters episode. So you've got Cammy, who is a swearing Scottish teenager. You got Katsu, who is the Japanese guy, who Cammy thinks his name is Kazoo. That feels racist. And Valentina, the retired sniper, who is just kind of dumb with this shit. Yeah, so it's just them learning how to use the mechs. We get to see sort of what the core mechs look like. Kind of a long-legged Eva, would be how I describe it. But, yeah, like, they're talking about how the designs are already in the works for improvement. But no, like, it's pretty light-hearted in a way. It's quite funny. There's a good bit involving the main character, Chase, and his ex. That got me smiling. But it's all set up. just laying out some of the basics of the characters, convincing them to get involved with the Genlock program, etc. So not a lot of plot stuff, but yeah, like, I'm interested to see how this show goes. I'd be surprised if it goes past 13 episodes, but I'm definitely in for the haul for it.
Cool.
Was there anything else of note? Briefly caught in terms of anime. Just haven't had the time last week to watch any of the stuff I had lined up. But briefly caught a 10-minute short anime called Manaria Friends, which is it's been in the works for a couple of years. It's from the Rage of Bahamut franchise.
Okay, I'm sorry to say I'm straight away put off.
Yeah, this is the What If It Was a Schoolgirl anime version. Yeah, so
Okay.
main character, one of the main characters is a princess type character who is just like, hey, I'm a princess with superpowers and everyone thinks I'm amazing and I just want to sit down and have lunch.
Mm-hmm.
And here, the only person who isn't like treating me like I'm made of glass is this dragon girl who goes to my school and who is worried about her tail getting fat.
Oh, I think I've seen it again. I think a random Facebook clip had that because she got super embarrassed as like a little girl said, "Hey, it looks like your tail's really filling out, right?"
And yeah, and it's just
Is it
like,
that?
yeah.
Okay.
That's after she goes through a big shedding, and basically every year she sheds, she grows taller, and her boobs get bigger. But she's concerned about her tail getting fat. This will get there will be much shipping about this show. I'll tell you that much. I don't know. There's nothing to it. It's a fairly light thing, but I just checked it out because dragons.
Would you think you'll watch more of it, or do you think it's kind of one of those ones where you'll be like, I've got nothing else to watch?
I like the visual style. I just wish there was a plot.
I think you're asking for the wrong kind of anime from that, Mikey.
No, like I said that about Rage of Bahamut. Like, there was half of a really good show there.
Yeah.
Just never, the half was never executed at once.
Yeah.
Yeah. Caught Zio, or Geo, whatever you want to call it, episode 20, which is basically the new writer is not a nice person. Still can't tell you who it is, but they have a plan involving where the plot is going, and that plan will be executed regardless of who's involved and what they have to do.
Yeah.
They also, this was the first one, I'd say, in a good long while where they've really focused on the another writer as a character. And his relationship to the future writer, Kamen Rider Quiz. But yeah, it also has it made me think about some time travel stuff that made my head hurt. Because the future writers exist in a timeline, but because of how stuff plays out, they also can't technically exist in that timeline. So it's very confusing. I guarantee it's going to turn out, oh, there's a third timeline out there somewhere, or 52 other timelines. And still no decade. But it was okay. Kind of a Gates-focused one without really dealing much with Gates.
Right.
But I am very curious about the next one because it's the Ryuki one, and they're going by the preview, they are putting a twist in it. A very interesting twist. It's also the one where we're going to get the mid-season power-up. Which, very brief look, looks okay. I'll wait and see. It's not exactly Kachidoki, but it looks cool enough. Yeah, that was my week. What about you, Andy?
You mentioned last week that Broly was available to watch online through different means through streaming sites. So I went to
you so strong.
Yes, I went to a free streaming site and I watched the Broly movie, the Super Broly movie. I found one of the most hilarious things was the super heavy rock version of people screaming people's names.
I've been listening to that quite a bit.
Broly!
Go Broly, go, go. Go Broly, go, go.
Go Gita! It was so weird.
It's the Kakarot thing that gets Kakarot!
Yeah.
Just like, why are we calling him Kakarot in this? It's very much not typical Dragon Ball.
Yeah. Like you said, I was surprised how actually decent it was. I mean, it didn't do a huge amount for me, but it was enjoyable enough. It was much more enjoyable than most of the other previous Dragon Ball movies or Dragon Ball Z movies. And I'd say it's been a lot more enjoyable than, say, any of the animated DC movies in years. I haven't enjoyed any of them. I actually enjoyed this. The one issue I did have was there was some really noticeable CGI in it.
I still didn't mind it, especially since I've seen Resurrection X recently, and it's just like, oh my god.
I found it really egregious because it had really nice bits of animation, and then it went to not as good stuff from Dragon Ball FighterZ. Like, Dragon Ball FighterZ had better looking CGI in it than this show, or this movie. So I found it was okay when it wasn't focused on the characters' faces. As soon as you saw a character's face, you were like, that's not very good CG.
Yeah, especially since like the facial stuff I'll actually agree with, just because the facial animation in general in this is pretty high quality.
Yeah.
So you'd notice, I think that's it with actually, when you see faces in anime style CG, that's when you get thrown off.
Yeah, when they were just like kind of far away from the camera and just kind of zooming around in CG, I was like, okay, that's fine. I don't mind that. I can still tell it's CG, but it's not horrifically bad. But yeah, as soon as those faces popped up, you know what it actually reminded me of, and it's not as bad as that, but recalling it from last week to trying to think about it now, it reminded me way more of the facial animations from the Dragon Ball Tenkaichi intros, if you remember them.
Oh my god!
That's how the facial animations kind of. That my brain's associating it.
I feel like that's
associating
being
like
mean.
that.
That's mean.
Maybe, but there wasn't much to their faces. I don't remember there having a lot of shading or anything really defining to make the faces go, oh, okay. There's a bit of depth to it. It just kind of was a bit flat from what I recall. But the other thing was good. It was nice. I really, really hope they don't cover it in the show. Because, like you said, they couldn't do the fights as good as that. Those fights were pretty well done.
I don't know what they're going to do. I just don't know. Like, the manga didn't cover it at all.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Like, the manga has a picture of Goku Vegeta fighting Broly.
Yeah,
and then they go straight into this new arc with the wizard and Vegeta.
Oh, Bobbity.
Yeah, kind of if Bobbity was a goat.
Oh no, I was joking.
Goat Bobbity.
All right, fair enough.
Different design, completely different design. But
yeah.
What if Bobbity was a goat? But the anime, I don't know what they're going to do. I would feel they'd be, to be honest, I don't think they should have bothered, adapting Battle of Gods and Resurrection F.
God, no. No, it was a waste of time.
Like, they took Battle of Gods and made it worse, and they took Resurrection F and just made it ugly. It was already bad enough. But I just don't know how you could, like, what? I don't think there's anything that needs expanding as well.
I wouldn't have said so. I'd say the only thing that I actively disliked in the movie, apart from the CGI, was the rewriting of Goku's, like, origins, effectively. Yeah. Like you said, Bardock is nice, and it's like, nope, he's a bastard. So I don't know why you're rewriting that much.
Toriyama pulling a J.K. Rowling.
Yeah, pretty much. So, and then, because he sends off Goku, but Goku's wearing Saiyan armor, and he's clearly about 2 or 3, maybe 4 years old.
He's 5 years old at this stage.
He's 5 years... Really? Jesus. Because I'm sure...
Vegeta's 5 years older than him, and he's, like, 8 or 9.
And wasn't... didn't Grandpa Gohan find him and he was, like, a baby?
So I do know this. All the scenes where you see Goku as a child in Dragon Ball Z,
right,
the baby, those were anime. They were created for the anime, like Vegeta's, Vegeta's weird haircut when he was a child.
Okay.
Like in the original manga, you never see the scene where Gohan finds Goku.
But he had to have been with Gohan for a while, right? Because, like, Gohan would have got him, and he's not that old from when Bulma finds him, right? So we say that Gohan finds him, and then it's like a week later or something, and then he dies.
No, it's like 6 years.
Okay, because he didn't look 12. 10. He does not look 10 in the anime.
No, he's 5, but like he was... No, well, like, look... No, how old are Goten and Trunks, Andy? Well, they're what, 14 now?
No, well, they should be about, like, 20, I would have thought, at this point.
They're at least, like... We should have seen at least a growth spurt.
No, that's fair enough.
But yeah, so, like, I know Goku's, like, 4 or 5, and Bulma found him when he was about 10 or 12. So he just... No one grows. Gohan's the only person who's ever grown in that show. It's also, like... I found a baby, and that baby was trying to kill me, and then I dropped the baby on the head. Okay, this child does not seem like the killing type in that box.
No.
I feel like it's more than just how he got to Earth that got retconned in Toriyama's head.
Yeah, it seems like it, which is a bit of a bummer, I think, but never mind, I guess.
I mean, technically, you never see Bardock until the Frieza saga, where it was added in the manga as a flashback just to the character.
Yeah.
But then they did the history of Bardock.
Yep.
And it was so popular, Toriyama just went with it as the origin story up until 2011, 2013, when he did Dragon Ball Minus as an add-on chapter for a Jocko story, I want to say.
Yes.
And it was basically... Dragon Ball Minus is what you saw in Broly, but worse.
Oh, dear.
Like, it is right off the bat... Bardock is a scientist who has realized that everything's going to go wrong and is going to tell everyone, and no one's listening, and now he's going to send his son away.
Yeah.
Like, here at least, just like, oh, I've killed lots of people. I just don't... Maybe I'll save someone today.
Yeah.
Like, they're not saying, like, oh, I tried to warn them all. He doesn't try to warn anyone. He grabs a box, sticks his son in it, throws it away, and then somehow loses his armor. I feel like there was a... Because, like, apparently the original script for this was 3 hours long.
Oh, Jesus.
So I have a feeling quite like there's a reason Bardock doesn't have his armor in that last scene.
To be fair though, a lot of that stuff isn't story stuff. Like the fight against Broly is quite long, and if you needed to cut some of that down for story, they could have done.
Yeah, but
I'm not saying it would have been a good choice, but
another hour of that fight.
Yeah,
that's what got cut. It was like, no, we just had another hour of fighting.
I can believe that. But I would recommend people check it out if you have any passing interest in Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z. It's fun. Yeah, it's not going to waste your time like a lot of the other movies have done for Dragon Ball.
Yep.
So that was definitely a plus. Also, I've started going back, Mikey, because it's been a long road, Mikey, getting from there to here. It's been a long time, but my time is finally near, and I can see my dream coming up and down.
I'll let him just have his rope.
I'm actually enjoying it a lot more, because when I originally watched it, I think I had a bias against it because I came off the back of, obviously, Deep Space Nine, where everybody knew their place, I suppose.
And their place was over you.
Yeah, it was, they followed protocol and stuff. I think what I didn't like about Enterprise when I first watched it was how naive all of the humans are. Like, they are painfully naive, to almost an annoying point where you're almost siding with T'Pol, and T'Pol's going, don't do this. This is pretty fucking stupid. How we do it is we do this, this, and this. And they're like, you fucking Vulcans, fuck off. But the problem I can't fully side with T'Pol is because she's an utter bitch as well.
Yeah, she is.
I think that's the problem. They're super naive, and I think they treat her pretty badly. At least in the first season.
I think
they're very condescending.
Archer
and
is
very
a full-on
kind of
racist.
Yeah, and it's not like it's explained in the show why he is, and it makes sense why he is, but it doesn't make him desperately pleasant to begin with. Obviously, by season 2, that's all kind of sorted out, and
now he's just once in her pants.
Well, yeah.
Remember the shower scene? Have you reached the shower scene again yet?
That was episode 2 or something.
There was more than one shower scene.
The first one's between T'Pol and Trip when they're rubbing antibacterial lotion on each other, and goddamn.
I think the one I'm thinking about is A Night in Sick Bay.
Okay,
where,
I can't remember that one.
The dog's sick.
Oh.
And Archer's going around and keeps on having weird dreams about T'Pol, about showering and stuff, and accidentally says stuff like, so we're just going to nip out there, while staring at her. It's just oh god, it's so awkward.
Weird. But I am definitely enjoying it a lot more, so it is nice to go back and rewatch it. Season 1's always rocky on shows like Star Trek, so it will get better, and I'll enjoy it more and more.
I don't know what season it's in, but the one episode in that I think is just legitimately unforgivably terrible was the Evolution one. I don't know if that's season 1 or 2.
Right.
And it's the one where Flock's like, oh, he finds a planet and it's got 2 species, and one is super smart and one isn't.
Hmm.
But the super smart one have a genetic disease that the other ones are immune to, and they're dying off. And Phlox develops a cure, but he says, oh, it turns out that these stupid ones are poised for an evolutionary jump. But the only thing stopping them is that this smarter species exists.
Right.
So I can interfere in the process and save the smart species, or let nature take its course. And then it suddenly turns into, evolution is not a theory, it's happening, this is evolution, this is what evolution is. And apart from the fact, it just basically means that Phlox is a fucking monster. Because he literally just let an entire species die out when he had the fucking cure. On no level is that how evolution works. We're not all waiting for a jump to be something else.
To be fair, Mikey, I'm waiting for a jump. I just don't think I'm ever going to get it. I'm like, come on, evolution, kick in at some point.
That's not evolution, that's God.
I'll take whatever I can get.
Yeah, but that's right. When it has like a predetermined path, that's God. That's not evolution, that's God. Not knocking God. God's great. Fine, God's very man out there. Or woman, whatever. Amorphous sky whale. I honestly have never met God. I don't know what they look like. But evolution reacts. It's not proactive. It's not setting out a life plan. It doesn't have an Excel sheet of the stuff it's going to do in the next month.
Did they talk about the Prime Directive in it?
Yeah. That's
okay,
the one,
that's fine, because technically Phlox shouldn't interfere with the species unless they're part of the Federation.
No. This is like where the idea of the Prime Directive comes from.
Ah, okay.
And at the moment, it's like, listen, we don't have a lot of rules here. One day we're going to need some sort of directive.
A Prime one.
But they asked for help.
Ah, well...
Which, when an intelligent species contacts them and says, we would like some help, please, it's generally okay.
Yeah.
As long as you're either... As long as you're Cisco or Kirk, that's fine. Because no one is going to pick a fight with either of those two about those things. Because they're going to say, well, they did break the Prime Directive. Yep. Yeah, I did. I've got no defense against that. He's just staring at me, bashing his hand into his fist, making a lot of noise and smiling.
Maybe it sounds like it might be a season 1 episode.
That sounds like, I don't know when it is. I don't remember what it's called. But I just remember thinking, it's just like, so you're a monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Star Trek Enterprise. It's better than Star Trek that's out now. So
how do you know? You haven't seen the season 2. It could be amazing. It's got season 1 Star Trek characters in it.
Yeah, it does.
Spock is coming in. He's her brother.
He's got a raggy beard as well and looks like a hobo.
She's the adopted daughter we never knew about.
Yep.
Her name is Michael.
It's a Kelvin timeline, so it's in continuity with everything.
No, it's not.
Oh, it is.
It's the regular timeline. They've confirmed it's the regular timeline.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It's like, oh god, now that I'm rather dreading the Picard show.
Yeah, I'm worried about it. Actually, I don't care about it until I see something good. I don't care about it.
It could be terrible, but it's also the fact that Patrick Stewart is not a young man anymore.
No.
Not young man anymore. He was 60.
Yeah,
50, 60 then.
This should have been done a while ago.
This is going to be like Captain Picard put on his thrusts, went outside, made his Earl Grey. His nurse helped him go to bed, and then he wrote a letter saying, you shouldn't invade this place.
Like if they wanted to do a remake of the last 2 episodes of Next Gen, when he's jumping between time, like this would be the time to do it.
Although I
at least for the old man stuff.
I would watch a show about retired Admiral Home. Like him, Janeway, just sitting there staring at each other, staring daggers at each other, sitting in those really comfortable chairs. Just like arms and hands sort of dug in on the armrest.
Janeway talks about taking out the Borg, and he just looks at it and said, I shot a man and his entire torso exploded. Remember that? Horrifying nightmare scene in Star Trek?
Remember the time you led a horrible attack on Earth? Remember the time you got lost trying to find your front door? You were supposed to be back by tea time. 7 years. Not too good there, Catty.
Yep, Kathy.
She just calls him a French twat and storms off.
The only other stuff I've really done this week is I've done some more painting. So I've finished painting up. What was it? I painted 12 Nighthorn chain rasps this week, which took a while.
Well, naturally,
some time to do. And I also have been recording and sending videos to Mr. Adam Gruff for the Fluff and Hammer on more Battlefleet Gothic Armada stuff. So that's taking up a lot.
Mm.
And I did the Patreon show, which was me gushing about how good Speed 2 Cruise Control is, which it is.
I have no opinion.
What? Have you not seen Speed 2 Cruise Control?
I have seen Speed 2 Cruise Control.
Do you not like it?
I have no opinion.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I have no strong feelings.
Oh my god, you need to watch that and have some joy in your life. That is a fun-ass, stupid film.
You keep saying, you say that about Independence Day. You tell me I have to like Independence Day.
You do.
No, I don't.
Oh, motherfucker.
It's a terrible movie.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, but it's not so, for me, it's not so bad it's good. It's just bad.
Oh, you're terrible. Willem Dafoe has leeches because he has cancer, Mikey, that he got from computers.
You can fuck off, because I've had to force you. I have had to force you to watch the Riddick films with me.
Yes.
And you know why? You don't get to judge, because those films are just wonderful.
You know what I did, though, Mikey? I watched them.
I've seen all this shit. I just think it's shit.
You're a dirty wrongin', Mikey.
You know what? You didn't cry when Riddick's jackal dog died, and that makes you a monster.
No, I laughed. I said good.
You and Phlox can go hang out and murder people, because that's how evolution works, apparently.
Yes, you see, a stupid dog. That's a stupid film.
It was an amazing film. It combined the best parts of the other films to make a perfect Riddick film.
There were no good parts of the other films.
I will set Chris on you. I will. Do not fucking tempt me. You will get Canadian to the fucking face.
I'll get Canucked.
Just throws a mountie at you.
Jeez.
He's wielding them like nunchucks. We'd just like you to put us down, eh?
Boo. Boo.
Putain in each hand.
No, oh man. Oh no, I think we've lost Mikey.
You know what's sad?
Yeah?
This is not the first time in the last 2 weeks that I've talked about Canadian weaponizing that food.
One could say it may be an obsession. Jesus, Mikey. You're bad, man. The only thing I got of note, I suppose, this week was I got another Warhammer game. I got Warhammer Underworld's Night Vault, which is a 2 to 4 player game with very small warbands of like 3 to 7 characters, and then it doesn't really expand. The way you expand the game is you buy another warband, a small warband, and you play with that stuff. So it's neat. It's got a card element to it as well, but it's not like you go out and buy blind bags or anything like that to increase your cards. You just mix with what you've got in there and you have fun. So I've still got those figures to paint up, which is kind of what I was priming them today, is what I was up to today. And I've been watching people play Resident Evil 2. The remake, obviously.
Oh, sorry, I was wondering where you, I was just like, why are you watching the old PlayStation?
No, I've been watching people play the new one.
Me too, actually.
Yeah, I've been getting, and see that people have not been, one of the strategies that I don't know if you can use, but I would have thought would be the best thing to do is shoot them in the head till they fall over. They don't die, because that's just how the game works, it seems. And then I'm just pull out your knife and shank them. Just shank
what I
them.
saw was shoot them in the knees, because it takes less bullets.
All right.
Blow off their legs.
Yeah.
Because you can blow off limbs.
Yes.
They'll go down, and then you can either run past them or shank them. That's what I saw someone doing.
Yeah, I haven't seen anybody really shanking. I'm like, man, you got to take it back to the streets, man. You got to save that ammo. Because I'm watching a guy.
The knives break, though.
Does it? I know it breaks for when you are saving yourself from when they lunge at you, but does it break if you're just shanking?
Yeah.
It does?
Yeah, it's got... The knives all have, lifespans.
I'd still say that using a knife up is better than using a bullet.
I like the idea of just, shooting off their kneecaps and then leaving them alone.
But there's some rooms that there would be too many zombies. just crawling around the floor like a little floor.
But you also shoot out their elbows.
Oh, so they're just a torso.
Yeah, they're just lying there.
Man.
What you gonna do? Nothing.
The guy I'm watching did it on... It was his first run through, and he was doing it on hardcore, so he's had a bit of a stressful time.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, like Mr. X gave him nothing but grief.
Did X gonna give it to you?
Yes, I love that. Did you see that somebody's modded the game,
Yes.
so X is going to give it to you plays as soon as he enters the room?
Yeah.
I was like, man, that is an amazing mod that someone did. Fantastic stuff. That's been it. That's been all my jam, Mikey. That's all of the butter that I've been basted with this week. I guess I'll end the show then. Where can people find you, Mr. Mikey, on the internet if you want them to?
You can find me on Twitter as Irish Pale, on YouTube's DevilFlea3. You can contact us, guys, if you'd like, using our email. It's themoonbase2@gmail.com. We do love getting feedback, and no one sent us anything there for a while, so please do. And you can also contact us via Twitter. If you do want something read out on the podcast on Twitter, just actually, like, for the podcast or something, because otherwise I'll just think you're responding to whatever sarcasm I put out today, or telling me, no, you're wrong for loving this thing, and then I just want to know where you live, because I want to have a frank and friendly discussion with you in your house with knives.
Woo!
And Mounties.
Mounties aplenty.
Oh dear, what
A Mountie in each holster.
It's the image, because I'm very specifically imagining Chris doing it. And he's gone full ham. And he's just winging them over his shoulder like he's showing off. But he keeps banging their heads together because he's shit. Andy, what about you?
Well, before we get on to where you can find me and stuff, we do have some messages from first Tentomon4, who sends a message saying, let's keep it simple after last week's silliness. First, spoilers for TMNT 2020. But I need an expert to look at this. Mikey, is this too big to be a Protoceratops?
Oh, pepperoni.
I'm assuming so. I don't know.
I'm assuming he's talking about pepperoni. Do you have to? Is there a link with this, or is it just like him going, "Is this too big to be a Protoceratops?"
Yes, it's just that there was no link, and there is no picture. Oh no, there is a picture. I lied. I had to go on the website to find it. Hold on.
But I'm assuming he's talking about pepperoni.
Hold on. It's this sending the image. Go on. Hurry up, Skype. There you go.
I've still just got butts. That's pepper. That's from. So 2020 is sort of the anniversary thing IDW is doing at the moment.
Okay.
So the turtles. It is much too big to be a Protoceratops. Also, she's basically morphing into a Triceratops at that size. A small one, but
You mean she's evolving into a Triceratops?
I don't know if this is in it, but there's a mini comic where Pepperoni has a dream that she's mutated into a bigger Protoceratops so that she can fight with the turtles.
Oh,
it's cute. By the way, for anyone who doesn't know, because it just hit me, Pepperoni is in the IDW comic. She is Raphael's pet dinosaur that he picked up on a time travel trip. And she has a little mask that she usually wears around her neck, and she
has a saddle as well.
She's not fully grown, so that would be cruel. She has a saddle here, but it would be cruel to put a saddle on a tiny baby dinosaur. When you are
yes,
a
Jurassic World.
Yeah,
motherfucker.
So no, I'm afraid Pepperoni is not accurate to life there.
Not accurate to life, unlike the giant mutated turtles.
And she's pink as well.
She is.
I don't know what to say to that.
Why doesn't she have pupils?
She's never had pupils.
She just has black gaping holes in her face.
Because the art style she was introduced in was very, very cute anime.
Okay.
And so all the dinosaurs had very simple eyes.
Fair enough.
But then the problem is that's basically now part of her design. So whenever another artist comes in on Turtles and does it, and I'm not up to date on Turtles, I have a huge reread to do. But Pepperoni ends up looking quite odd.
Yeah.
She's like a grey.
What, grey alien grey?
Well, like the eyes,
I see what you're saying. Okay.
But yes, so Pepperoni is a dinosaur, and I'm afraid that is not an accurate Protoceratops. They're about dog-sized.
Yeah, well, there you go. Sweet. Cool. That was it. You can find me on Twitter and Tumblr. Well, just Twitter, actually. I don't use Tumblr. You can find me on Twitter, though, as CCTFW. On YouTube as Cobra Commander TFW. You can find this podcast on the Moonbase 2 forums. We're on Twitter, iTunes, Facebook, Libsyn. Most of the fancy RSS feeds you can find us also on YouTube as Moonbase 2 Transformers Podcast. And if you want to head over to patreon.com/Moonbase2, you can do $2 each month and get Moonbase Woo Woo, where we talk about non-Transformer things each month. And you also get the extended version of From the Files of Teletran 2. And it's also a week early, and any other specials that we do are a week early as well from there. It's just $2. That's it. And all my nonsense and stuff is on the ccbunker.weebly.com. So if you want to see me do my Fluff and Hammer Battlefleet Gothic stuff, you can go over to there, and it's stored on there as well.
My God.
That's right. So thank you, Mr. Mikey, for coming in and joining me and having some fun and chatting and all that bobbins.
Alright. Sorry, I'm distracted by X going to give it to you right now.
Oh, is he going around punching Paul Lennon?
No, oh man, that was a very well-timed video. Because,
is it just as he turns around, the door's open and he stood there?
No, like, Leon's walking through a hall and you just hear this very muffled... Door opens, Leon walks through the door, he's right outside the door. And suddenly the music kicks up and he just punches Leon in the face. I'm just like, good timing.
With that mod, do we have to just assume that Mr. X has a stereo boombox like under his jacket?
I'm assuming it's in his hat.
No, that wouldn't make sense because assholes keep shooting his hat off.
Yeah, that's why he gets pissed.
I saw a good little picture that said so one of the image said one of the best things about the new remake is that Mr. X wears a hat, and the idea behind it is, one, this is funny because someone dressed him up and put a hat on him, or two, he dressed himself up and put a little hat on himself, and no one can decide which is more funnier.
I think it's funny that when you shoot the hat off, he suddenly starts running.
Oh, he gets fucking pissed.
And it's just like, you know what? Let him have his hat. You ain't winning without the hat.
Have you tried walking around your house like Mr. X does? Like, he goes, like, people are like, oh, he's not that fast. I'm like, he goes at quite a fast pace. Like, he's power walking pretty hard.
Then again, like, Leon and Claire, like, they're jogging at best, but they cover distance.
Oh, yeah, they're not walking, they're jogging.
Yeah, and they don't run either, no matter what anyone tells you.
No, they do a light jog. Well, a heavier jog than what they do when they're not jogging.
Yeah, like, maybe speed walking.
Yeah. So far, I've only seen the Leon campaign, the A campaign. I haven't seen the other stuff.
So, well, like, there's, like... because it's A, B, and then A, B.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And then there's Hunk and Tofu.
Oh my god, I forgot.
I think there's, like, 2 versions of Tofu.
Yeah, and there's DLC coming as well.
Yes, the Ghost Stories. That's really cool. It's free as well, which I was baffled by. I was like, what? 2019, people are getting free DLC. Jesus Christ. What is this?
It's a choose-your-own-adventure game.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
No, it's not. I'm just saying.
Oh, okay.
They're making it free. It's just a text-based thing.
Oh, fair play. Well, thank you, Mr. Mikey, and I guess we'll catch you next week, everybody.
X gonna give it to you.
Gonna give it to you.